Yo, what is the deal, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back. We're doing this thing again here, and I know I say it all the time that this is a very special video, but this one truly is a special video because you're about to bear witness to the very first clear of Null, stage 45. Nobody else has done it. I'm pretty confident that nobody else has done it. Not to my knowledge, nobody's done it. And I've looked around. I've peeked in certain places, and I'm pretty sure, I would bet 99% that nobody else has done it. And you're going to see how I got it done. And you're going to bear witness to the amazing thing called power creep, right? So let's go over to my team, and you're wondering, who did you do it with? Well, I haven't made the thumbnail yet, but I'm pretty sure the thumbnail might give it away. But my man Sam here, he is an absolute monster when it comes to World Boss Legend. I haven't tried him out in ABX yet, but I'm hearing that he's not really performing up to speed. Well, because the thing is this, he would have to beat out Miss Luna Snow over here, and nobody can beat her, man. I mean, she's had this uniform for how long? Probably even with her previous uniform, right? With this one here, but you know, the only person that's probably gonna beat her is when she actually gets another uniform. That's when you're gonna be able to beat Luna Snow with Luna Snow. So he's not doing much for ABX, but for World Boss, he's insane. And it just so happens that everybody has been stopped. It's been a cold halt when it comes to Null and Mephisto at the same exact requirements. I'm actually at stage 47. Would you look at that? Speed Hero, and same thing for Mephisto. You get to stage 50. I haven't went over here, and you know, I popped in here a little bit. And the thing is, with Mephisto, it's a battle of survival. You got to be able to bob and weave, and for over here, it might be the case where you might need a really good build on another character you can swap in and out, because Mephisto, he attacks through everything, through iframes, right? You're in Falcon's tier 3, and he's penetrating everything. Boom, and you just die while you're in the tier 3. So you might have to like kind of be in the skill, swap out in the middle of the skill once you see your health bar, you know, draining, you know, something to that effect. I haven't figured that out yet. When I have time, I'll you know, get that situated and bring you something on that. But today we're talking about Null. We're talking about Null, and you're going to see a stage 45 clear with Falcon. So it's Winter Soldier lead, Falcon, and Rogue. Now, you don't need Rogue on the team. With this clear, you'll see that I do swap Rogue in to do some damage a little bit. And I just think it makes it a little bit easier, you know, that you have somebody else you can kind of you know, just push him down to the next phase, right? Like if you have his tier 3, because the thing is this, on his non-tier 3 rotation, he doesn't do a whole lot of damage. He does not do a whole lot of damage. It's kind of like Torch in his Awaken rotation, unless you're doing his Awaken rotation. But the thing is with Falcon, it's every other rotation you have his tier 3, so you're doing this crazy burst damage every other rotation. But if you want to save that, right, you can pop Rogue in, and you know, you can bust them up a little bit, because Rogue isn't bad, but it just so happens that Falcon is definitely a bit stronger. Although I haven't tested them side by side with like identical builds. I did not do that. I should have done that because a lot of people were asking for it, but I'd actually like to see how they would stack up next to each other with like peak builds. Because here's the thing. Now, I did put a Brilliant on Falcon, but he doesn't need a Brilliant to do that stage. I was doing it with a Mighty, and then, you know, it just, you ever hear the phrase, smoke them if you got them? So, you know, I have 3 Brilliant Energies. I had one on Proxima because I was using her for clearing 40 to 45. That was my, or 40 to 44. That was my highest clear that I was getting to on Null, and I would clear, you know, a stage between 40 and 44 for one of my clears. If I was feeling a little frisky, you know, I'd do like stage 44. If I just kind of wanted to get it done, I drop down to stage 40. But and anything to make it, you know, not that she can't do it with it. She could do that with a Mighty too. She could do stage 40 to 44 with a mighty. But if I have them, I'm going to put them on the character just because it's going to save me time. It's going to save me time and a little bit of frustration. And that's basically the reasoning why I put one on Sam. He could do it with the mighty, but with the brilliant, it's just going to be that much smoother and that much easier. So, and I have him, so I put one on him. And his build isn't like super maxed out. He's got 12 Odin's Blessings, and he does have a fully awakened ice weight set. And then he's got this brilliant, and his uniform is at mythic. Did I swap that back? No, I didn't. I didn't even swap this back. So let me swap this back here. Man, this is the worst trying to roll these. Like, I swear to God, whatever one you're going for, it gives you the opposite. It gives you every other one but the one you actually want. I don't know how it knows it, but it's absolutely amazing. So one experiment that I like to do is, or just testing, is between Rogue. Okay, because I have the Brilliant on Falcon right now, I'd like to put a Brilliant on Rogue and see if she can keep up with them. I don't think she really can, because Scarlet Witch with a Rage, she actually performs very well in ABX. I believe it's actually pretty close to a Brilliant. Judgment, her, you know, if you play her right with a Rage, she can do well. So I feel like this could be better used in another place, i.e. Rogue. So I can try something like that. And then moving over to Mephisto, it'll make that clear just, you know, a bit easier. And I understand not everybody has Brilliance. Only, you know, a small percentage of people probably actually do. But let me show you. But that's going to be a test that I want to do, you know, to bring you guys more information. But let me show you what rotation I'm actually using for him. So real quick, his buffs. You know, he's got the invincibility on 3. He also has increased damage for 2 attacks on 3. 4, it's, you know, he's got the increased dodge rate. You're not necessarily hitting this for any buffs, but you're just hitting it as like a cancelable skill. And then 5, he does have buffs on 5, and you're actually proccing on 5 when you are on his off tier 3 rotation. So, and it has an ignore dodge rate by 70%, which is very nice. So his rotation, I basically do, you'll see me do 3-4-5 or 4-5-3. It doesn't matter which rotation you do, because say if I do 3-4-5, I still have the buff. I still have the buff on 5. So I know some people said that when I did the last video that you want to do 4-3-5. It doesn't really matter. And then on his tier 3 rotation, 3-4-5-6. And I should still have the buff. Yeah, I still have the buff on 6. So I'm still getting that because it's for 2 attacks. And then what you want to do is, as soon as his 3, 4, and 5 come off cooldown, you want to go into that, even if he's still in his tier 3 rotation. So I'll show you what's going on. Well, here's not a good place to show it. You'll see when I do it in the run, but basically you'll see it's like, and it's gonna be like when the proc's basically at like 1 going, you know, and then off proc you'll hit 3, 4, 5 and go back into his regular rotation. Even if you have a mighty energy on with beatdown, don't worry about charging it up on that rotation. Trust me, it's better that way. So let me pull this up and show you how the very first stage 45 null clear got done. Alrighty, here we go. Yeah, I recorded this one. It was just easier for me to do it that way. I could do it live. It's honestly not that hard, you know, of a stage to actually do. But just because I have it recorded, it just makes it easier this way. So yeah, I do the 3, 4, 5 like I said, and then as soon, you know, I'm trying to go back into his tier 3 rotation is just as soon as possible. Yeah, if you look, it's just, I mean, it's insane damage. Dude, this is stage 45, and then like I said, as soon as 3, 4, 5 is off cooldown, and even there, I didn't even get I got a proc at the very end. But you want to just do that rotation just to charge up his tier 3, because that's where all the damage is. And if I would have waited, tried to charge up the beatdown, it would have took longer to get in the rotation, as you can see. And then basically in the same exact situation with the Clintar cage deal, but I got to run around for a second. 3, 4, 5, 6. And I'll tell you, this wasn't a perfect run by any means. I only ran this like a few times, and I thought, like, man, I got to show you guys that it's actually possible now to do this. And like I said, you don't need a Brilliant. you'll see how much time I have left in all the goofy things that kind of happen in this run to realize that, yeah, without a brilliant, it's totally possible. So I think I take a screenshot here just to show somebody how quickly I was able to get down to the 30 bar phase. But yeah, I'll have to come back in here after swapping a brilliant on Rogue and show you guys what the difference is there, how much faster he's getting it done. I wish I would have did it beforehand, but I didn't. So I think here I actually don't get the tier 3 rotation. Yeah, the tier 3 didn't want to hit. So I think if I would have got that off there, I would have been very close to pushing him down to the next phase there. I think I swap. No, I think I swap after I do the tier 3. So, yeah, you'll see. Yeah, good thing he's got that. He's got that heal. But, yeah, look how close. He gets so close here, right? Or no, do I get him down? Yeah, okay. I get him down this one. I think I was thinking of a different run where I swapped Rogan just to push him down because I didn't get him, depending on what's going on with the proc, right? The RNG with the proc could totally dictate, it could be the matter of a couple bars, right? Or at the very least a bar. So yeah, I try to go right back into this next rotation. And that's another thing. If you get the proc right away on the next rotation, it kind of matters a lot. So right here, okay, so yeah, this worked out pretty well as a matter of fact. I keep getting it confused with a different run. My apologies on that. But Rogue, a different run, I swapped Rogan a little bit more. But she does help out. She helps out for the remainder of this. She helps out a little bit, as you'll see. So you want to have that tier 3 ready, ready to go. Okay, I get stunned there. Otherwise, I was going to try to attack. Not a huge deal. I have plenty of time. Now, obviously, I could have gotten to this point even faster than I have. And Rogue's really good because she can, she's got a lot of survivability. She's got a lot of durability. And I'm not talking about the tag. But, having both tier 3 skills is going to be ideal. Especially like if you don't have a brilliant. Because I'll tell you, it was kind of close when I had a mighty on him. You might not necessarily need his tier 3 charged up because you'll be able to get it on the very next rotation. Right? So I just hit 3 and 5 just for the buffs. If you have it charged up, at that point. And you see what I mean though, as in terms of his damage on his off rotation. So I pop Rogan and he's a done deal. Pop that tier 3 and bada bing, bada boom. So 52 seconds left. 52 seconds left on that. I think that's a lot of time. I think that is a whole lot of time. It's basically a minute, right? You basically have a minute left. And you saw there was that situation where I had the missed tier 3. Well, not the missed tier 3, but I couldn't hit the tier 3, which would have pushed him down right to the 22 bar phase. Yo, what is the deal? It's just a sneaky bander popping up in here to show you some things. So I was planning on doing, well, Godzillanator, not me. He was planning on doing a Taskmaster showcase, and he's been waiting to tier 3 him because he's going to use a tier 3, a mega tier 3 ticket, and he thought it'd be cool to show you guys. But I don't know if we're gonna do that video. I don't know if we're going to do a Taskmaster showcase. So what we're going to do is we're going to pop in here and we're actually going to use it right here in this video. But if there's an overwhelming flood of comments saying, I want to see a Taskmaster PvE showcase or PvP showcase, whatever, I'll swap whatever CTP on them and we'll do that showcase. But until then, we're going to go ahead and we're going to select Taskmaster with this mega tier 3 ticket, and we're going to tier 3 this man. It's just like in the sneak peek. They just stole it from the sneak peek. That's all they did. Or maybe the sneak peek team stole it from them. I don't know. We'll share this with the team. Why not? I usually don't, not anymore, but there we go. We got 60 crystals and a little bit of gold for our troubles. Alrighty. Very nice. Okay, let me know on that. Sneaky Bandit out. Enjoy your broadcast now. It was right before the 22 bar phase where the tier 3 was sticking, so I just let it proc on the 5th skill. But I think this is pretty amazing, and it's just another tribute to the power creep, and just showing how real the power creep actually is in this game. Because, man, it's so funny that Falcon is like, he's one of the strongest PvE characters in the game. He is. He definitely is. In terms of, at least for World Boss Legend, I'll say that much, because there aren't many characters that can do that, especially with no support. All he's getting is the 30% physical attack from Winter Soldier Lead. That's all he had there. And in terms of the actual team up, like what is the team up that he actually gets? I don't think it's I think it's just like crit damage and like movement speed or something. Here, let me go here and let me just put these two guys on the team here. Or it's attack speed and crit damage. Two things that I don't need that are worthless. So all he's getting is this 30% increase of physical attack. Now, a lot of us who were actually at that level thought that we needed a support. We needed a good support to clear that stage, like White Fox. Really hoping for like Nick Fury or White Fox getting Transcended or Tier 3 just to be able to use them at that stage. Put Nick Fury on the team, right? Put him in leadership, and a lot of other characters would be able to do it. Like you do it with Rogue, no problem. I'm not even sure, because when I had a Brilliant on Rogue, I didn't even go in there and test that. So I'm not sure if she can do it. I'm not sure. That's something that I'm going to be looking into and testing in the future. But, guys, it's possible. So anybody who's there, yes, I know I have 25% Pierce, and I got a Brilliant on this guy. But like I said, you can do it with a Mighty. It's going to be a bit harder, right? But it's totally possible. Oh, so real quick, by the way, so I was just talking to some people about Sam and building him for PvP, because he's actually pretty good for PvP, right? You're actually seeing him on some timeline teams, but he's just so strong for PvE. The fact that he can do that stage is absolutely bananas. It's bananas and it's amazing. I want to run him. I wish he fit more of the requirements, because most of the strongest characters right now for PvE, especially like World Boss Legend, are villains. They're all villains or blast characters. They're blast villain, yeah, or blast villains, or all of them, like Supergiant, Mephisto, Moonstone, Proxima. Those are the strongest characters right there. I'd like to be able to test them against those characters to see if he can beat them. You know what? He might be able to. He really might be able to. Won't know until we actually test that out. The only character I could test him out against is Proxima, because he has. Oh no, he doesn't even have the agility tag. I'll have to figure something out. I'll have to, figure something out there to try to maybe replicate something where it looks like some kind of testing there. I really wish they would just once you got your 5 clears done, they removed the requirements and you could just use any character on any stage. But he's one of the strongest, so don't build him for PvP. That's just my opinion, unless you love AC. That's the only reason you would build him for PvP, but in my opinion, he's just too strong for PvE. And what I'll be doing next is I'll be going into Mephisto and trying to do the same thing, trying to clear stage 50, to show you guys just that it's possible, and just how I'm doing it. I think this is probably the best team up here. These three, just because maybe Yelena can have some value here, but honestly, it would be better if there was a lead that offered like a debuff. If there was a debuff lead over here. Currently, yeah, there isn't one. Or like a Ghost Rider or a Torch lead would be pretty nice. We don't have anything like that. What is Ant-Man's lead, actually? What other characters am I missing? I'm missing Silk Speed, and then just Ant-Man, right? So Ant-Man's lead, it's probably like attack speed, right? Yeah, increase all speeds by 9, and then Silk. I know hers isn't a debuff lead. I'm not even going to go bother looking. But, yeah, that's what I'll be working on next. And I have to imagine if I put a Brilliant on Rogue, it's going to make it even a little bit easier. But I'm going to try to do this stuff with just like Mighties on without using Brilliance to show you guys. But I think it's pretty cool that it's actually possible now. I wonder if they had that in mind when they were actually designing these characters, seeing that nobody can clear these stages. Nobody's clearing them. So let's put a character. Let's make it Sam, right? I mean, it's so funny that he's stronger than all these other characters, right? When in the comics is he ever stronger than Rogue? That's pretty funny. But I'm going to end it there. Let me know what you think. Let me know if you have any suggestions on these stages with different characters to use, different team-ups and all that. But, guys, until next time, you better stay tuned. You stay breezy. But most of all, friend, you stay safe out there now. Peace.